today you can see is Gen Z versus Millennials. Again, my name is Mabel and I'm here with some members of Set Apart, and I want to give them the opportunity to introduce themselves, what department or sub-ministry they are in, and what they love most about being in Set Apart.
Okay, so I'll start. My name is Jessica Jipa Asiati. I'm 23 years old. I'm part of Set Apart Girl Worldwide, and I'm part of the Bold Sub Ministry. And what I love about Set Apart is the sisterhood. I mean, you have them always calling you on your birthdays, like even just today. I was having an issue, and one person said, "Okay, let me call you so that we pray in agreement so that your issue is solved." So yeah,
Wow.
I'm currently doing my master's at the University of Ghana Business School.
At 23.
Yeah, so
Amazing.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. And then how about you,
Okay, so
Madam?
my name is Tracy Lomokilepu and I'm 20 years old and I'm in level 300 studying public administration and sociology in the University of Ghana.
Mhm.
And what I love about Set Apart is that there is no judgment. Like everyone is very free. People are open about their experiences and how their relationship with God has shaped who they are today. And I'm really learning a lot from Set Apart, and I'm happy about this journey. And I can
How Mrs. Asiedu has been with us forever, but I'll give her an opportunity to share a little bit about herself and what she loves about Set Apart.
Okay, my name is Doris. Am I supposed to say my age? I'm a millennial. So I've been with Set Apart since 2018 or 2017, I can't
20,
remember.
2018.
2018, yes. I am in Set Apart and married. I am the I'm the PRO for Set Apart Girl Worldwide. And one thing I love about Set Apart Girl Worldwide is that the ministry really keeps me in check. There are days that I want to be lazy, but I can't be lazy because I know that I have to show up for Set Apart and married. I have to show up for Herald's meeting. I have to show up and create content. So Set Apart really keeps me in check, and I'm really, really grateful. Yeah.
Thank you. And having people like Mr. Asiedu, Lady Jane around, your iron is being sharpened because it's not like there's one pastor and everybody else. No, we are all fire for fire. Do you understand? So our iron is sharpening each other's iron. I mean, Mr. Teddy, you will never know if I don't tell you. But there are so many things I learned from you during your pregnancy journey, like the way Charlie, even when you want to be negative, you choose not to be negative and stuff like that. And these things come through conversation. Anyway, we are not here for pregnancy journey and stuff. In fact, we are here that you don't go and be pregnant right now. That's why we are here. So today is all about Gen Z versus Millennials. So myself and Mrs. Asiedu represent the Millennials, and then Sister Jifa and Sister Trey Trey. I give her that name. Oh, she's Tracy, but I call her Trey Trey. It has
Okay.
stuck. They are representing the Gen Zs. And the question for today is modern dating more freeing or more frustrating compared to how millennials approached it? So, first of all, how do you think millennials approach dating?
I think for millennials, it was about you meet someone, you become friends with the person. Like it was from one stage to the other. You become friends and then take it to the next stage if you want to court the person, and then eventually you get married. So from the onset, you kind of have an idea of where you want to end up with a person. So most of the time, when I mean, you are considering friendship with somebody, or you're considering courting somebody, or you're considering like being really close to somebody. Most of it is your like the end goal is marriage. That's how I think millennials approached relationship. It wasn't like we are just seeing how it will go. No, the end goal is marriage. So like that's what we are looking at. Yeah, that's how I think millennials portray.
Okay, from the Gen Zs, how do Gen Zs approach marriage? Trey, and then we'll come to Jessica. Like,
Okay,
let's say marriage, I mean dating,
Relationship.
relationship, and all that. Yeah.
okay. So I think nowadays it's very open. It's like when Mr. Siedu was talking, she was like, you meet someone and then you guys get to know each other, and then from there, like you have an intention. But nowadays, I feel it's not like that because a lot of people you find dating one person or just talking to one person. Everybody is like, oh, I just want to keep my options open. I'm keeping my options open without actually sticking to just one person and then getting to know them. They just want to keep their options open. And they don't really have marriage in mind usually because they feel like you are being too serious or relaxed, like you are too young. Like, why are you thinking about marriage right now? It's like you are holding the person in some kind of cage. Like you don't want the person to be free. So I think that's how dating is nowadays. A lot of people just want to keep their options open. So they don't just see one person or talk to one person. They keep their options open.
Keep their options open. Okay. Is there anything else that is different from how millennials were
Yeah,
dating?
Tracy Tracy has said it. Yeah, usually my generation, they like to keep their options open, right? Marriage is not really in the picture for them until they realize, okay, I'm growing old. Or some people even already have a plan. I'm going to just be having fun now until probably 30 when I see that I have to get serious
Mm.
before they actually get serious and then be like, okay, now it's time to settle down. So let's take one person and stick to one person. Because usually you have some of them having options, if this one doesn't work, I can just leave this one and move on to the next person.
Even for the
That's
girls,
how
the
it's
girls
like.
also have options.
Probably even usually the girls.
Oh, our time. I don't know, Mr. Sedu, if you remember, but in our time, once you start dating, you start saying, I love you. I love you too. Remember, right? It was a thing. Anna, hey, Mr. Sedu, are you with me on your once you start dating, I love you is normal, right? But I hear with Gen Zs, they start dating, and then it takes a while to see if you are on the same level of I love you. But it wasn't like that with us. Anna, hey, I'm
Yeah,
alone.
I see.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. I think it comes with the um for Gen Z, I think it comes with their willingness to commit. A lot of them don't want to commit, with their words, because if they can't say I love you right now, you think that yes, you are exclusive or something. So yeah, but for us, I think if you I mean the
Yeah, I
feeling is
love you was the
mutual. So
thing. Yes,
yeah.
yes. But do you realize that most Gen Z, even though their actions are opposite, they are actually looking for what we have. They're looking for someone to commit to them. They're looking for someone to do life with. But they are so busy trying to be cool that I'm not looking for this, I'm not looking for that. But when you go on TikTok, most of the girls that are crying, they are crying because someone broke their hearts. And why are you crying that someone broke your heart if you're not looking for commitment? Do you understand what I mean? So that's it. That's something that I think if you're a Gen Z here, you are listening, you shouldn't be shy of wanting the right things. Okay. Sometimes I go on TikTok and it's a whole different world. Nothing is off limits there.
So you guys have been dating for maybe 2 to 3 months, and you're starting to see he's getting comfortable. You don't want that. This is your time to shine. This is not your time to try to remind him and try to convince him for you to overdo it. No, this is your time to shine. Trust and believe this. And this is why I always say when you're dating, you have to have more than one guy. You cannot have just one guy. You can't have one guy. Like, No, that's illegal. So what?
For what's worth, I feel like millennial Gen Zs are very entitled. True.
With the entitlement part, I feel like we are not wrong for wanting the things we want, because we've been brought up in a way that, like, if you want something, provided it's good, you are supposed to have it. So I don't see any sense of entitlement there, provided it's something that you want or something that is good for
Jipa, do you think your generation is entitled? All these people, they're entitled though, so they can't tell that they're entitled.
Oh, I personally, I think that no one owes you anything, right?
Mhm.
No one owes you anything. Even your parents don't owe you anything. They are just doing their responsibility. They are just doing what they have to do for you. And okay, initially, that's how I felt. That sense of entitlement, and to like into a realization that no one actually owes you anything. And so, I mean, it is your life. If you like, don't do what you have to do. At the end of the day, it's your life that's on the line. So that
Yeah.
sense of entitlement, I've not gotten there yet, but then I'm, working on it and trying to and understand that no one owes you anything. So you live your life.
Mr.
Yeah.
Said, what do you think? Are they entitled?
So, well, yeah, I think they're entitled, but also I think that the type of struggles that millennials went through, the Gen Zs are not going to go through the same type of
Like
struggles. They
what?
have their own set of struggles. They have their own set of struggles, like maybe having to like work so hard to achieve something. Right now, there's so
They have
much
ChatGPT. They don't even
available,
have to do
like
homework.
so much at their disposal, internet, AI, like life is so easy. You just
Yeah.
need to work smart and you're there. So they don't understand things like working hard to achieve certain things. Like so because like things are really fast to get. So that's how they approach life. But the struggles of the millennials are not the same. It's not the same as the struggles of the Gen Z. So I think sometimes that's where the misunderstandings come in when the millennials feel like you didn't go through this, you're supposed to go through the same process that we went through. But
Mm.
the generations are different and the struggles differ as the generations come because they have their own struggles right
Yes.
now with their mental health and all
Yes.
that. Those days, there's no time to come and do mental
You're
health.
going to
Like,
fetch water. What time
how
do
will
you have
you,
to have better? You're
where is
going to
that?
fetch
How
water
will you
from
be
the well.
depressed? Like, you fall and you rise, like we
Yeah.
move, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
like right now, there's so many labels,
Yeah.
small things. Somebody is what how they even call it? Oh, this word that they throw about. Right now, they say somebody
Anxiety.
I'm anxious, I have anxiety, I have ADHD, my mental health, what? Somebody is misogynistic, somebody is oh, this
Narcissistic.
word.
Gaslighting. I mean, so many words we can't seem to catch up. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's where the maybe disagreements or
Mm.
misunderstanding comes in.
Yeah. So before we open up for you guys to ask us any question, I want to ask, are there great examples of Gen Zs out there? Because the hype is so negative about you guys. If for one, I have one in mind, the flaming sword girl. What's her name? Jackie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
if she's a
yeah,
Gen Z. I think she was 19 when she started writing and stuff like that, so she's a Gen Z.
yeah.
But let's let the Gen Zers answer the question. Are there any great examples of Gen Zs for you guys, or you feel like the only the negative ones are getting the hype and the fame?
Yeah, there are examples of, Gen Zs out there who are positively influencing some of us. Yeah, so when I watched the movie The Forge, I looked up the guy, the main character, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's a Gen Z, he's married, like Christian dating, Christian marriage. And so I've been following he and his wife's page, and it's really different. It makes you understand the Christian dating and then the marriage part. It's so different from the other things you see all over online, and it's really encouraging. At least you're not the only one trying to practice purity and that kind of thing, waiting until you get married, and it's very encouraging to see stuff like that.
All right. Should you answer this for me? Do you feel like the atmosphere in campus is now more toxic because it's full of Gen Zs?
Okay, so I think that it comes from the desire to fit in, because there are some people on campus that, even though personally they wouldn't agree to some of the trends on campus, but because they want to fit in, you find them doing some of the things that they are doing. So, for example, you find somebody who doesn't really like to go out, like to party and all that. But because she's in school, her roommates are doing that, so she'll also be tempted to do that. And even one thing that is like really, really going on is this whole sugar daddy thing. Because you find somebody who is like really, really calm at home. She's very respectful. She does everything. Like at home, she's the perfect girl. But when she comes to school, she's the direct opposite of like who she portrays to be at home. So you find her like having sugar daddies because her roommates like have sugar daddies. So she would also want to like live that kind of life. And these sugar daddies really spoil the girls. So she too, she wants to live a soft life. So she also accept the big man that is proposing to her, taking her on trips, like, and it's really crazy because these men too, like, they really go above and beyond for the girls. They take them, like, they fly them out of the country, give them money, take them to big places that on their own, you know that this girl is a student, she shouldn't be able to afford this kind of lifestyle, but
Yeah.
it's all being funded by a certain big man
Like
somewhere.
somebody's
And
husband.
also,
Somebody's
yes,
husband.
yes. They don't think about that too. They don't think about that it's somebody's husband, somebody's father. They don't think about that. The most important thing to them is their money. And they feel it's right because they'll be saying that so far as you're not sleeping with the person, there's no sin there. But you
They
are
are
destroying someone's.
lying. Ha! A sugar daddy will take you out.
Sense of
Why are you a
entitlement.
cleaner? Yeah. Gen Z, please. Sugar daddy is not new to us. Millennials too. We've dealt with people who are always following sugar daddy. So please, not sleeping with sugar daddy. Why is it called a sugar daddy? You know. Wow, this thing is still in the system. Starting from Susie Williams times. It's still in the system. I'm not sure they know Susie Williams.
Maybe
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They don't know Susie Williams. It's okay, let's move on. Susie Williams, I'm old. People know Susie Williams. Oh,
I think I've heard her name before.
how about Terry Boomchaka? Oh, they don't know him. Oh, wow.
I've heard their names, but I don't know.
Wow. I want to advise you. It's cool to be on the right side of history. You see, there are many things you do, and you are doing right now because you are not looking at the future. That's why you're following someone's father, someone's husband. But you are not seeing yourself as a wife. You're not seeing yourself as a mother in the future. That is why you're able to do what you're doing. And there are cases. This your age right now, okay? Is sowing time. Sow the right seeds. Because just like right now, millennial is no longer the JJ generation. It's all about Gen Z, Gen Z. You're also about to pass through. My daughter's generation is coming. Nobody remember Ipo again. So sow the right seeds now so that harvest time will be a moment of relief for you. Mr. Tedu.
Okay, so one other thing I would add is that values are not out of vogue. Values are the same in every generation. Just because other things are more popular than values doesn't mean that those values are still not important. So sexual purity is still important. It's not archaic. It's not out of vogue. It's still very important. Just like the word of God is important, just like sin is just like sin is something that God hates through the generations, whether it's more popular now or not. So values like patience, values like sexual purity, values like hard work, values like committing yourself to something, values like loyalty, all of those things are still in vogue. So just because things are so fast paced right now does not mean that those values are out of vogue or archaic, or when you do those things, you're not cool, or all of that. Eventually all of us want to have a good life. Eventually all of us want to, we have a goal for our life, want to end up somewhere. So the fact that some negative things are popular does not mean that the positive things that we are always advocating for are not important. So yes, that's what I would say.
All right. Thank you very much. I would like to encourage you guys to write down your questions, and then we'll have another YouTube session answering those questions. Thank you for doing this with us, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
It's a pleasure. Bye.